So now that it is March, spring break is right around the corner. Just the whole traveling season is kicking into gear. And I thought I would share with you 5 travel tips, travel hacks, whatever you want to call them, that I have picked up over the years. I don't think any of these things are mind-blowing, earth-shattering. They're not. It's just basic common sense that many of you may already do, but sometimes just hearing it all in one place will just ring that bell for someone. So I'm just going to share them with you in no particular order. Here we go. Number 1, always pack. I prefer to pack it on my carry-on because it's useful at the gate and an airport or where have you. Pack a power strip. Doesn't have to be a fancy one with the extra USB ports, but it's helpful if that is on there too. But just your basic power strip. It's great in airports if there's only one outlet available and you're traveling with a bunch of people or a bunch of devices that you need to charge at once. There you go. Also, once you get to your destination, maybe there's not as many outlets handy as you'd like. Again, just plug it in. And on top of that, I also like to pack an extension cord. Preferably the kind that has multiple outlets on either side, because again, the nearest available outlet at the gate at the airport might be really far away from your seat, and maybe you don't want to sit on the floor in the airport. So that's one way to work that out. Or also, like, I find I have a specific side of the bed that I like to sleep on. I am just that kind of person. I can't sleep if I'm sleeping on the other side of the bed, but maybe all the outlets to charge your iPhone, your iPad, what have you, are on that wrong side of the bed. Well, if you could get an extension cord and like run it behind your pillows, then you're set and you're happy on your side of the bed. And I've said this before, I've shared this tip before, but also if you're a single person looking to make friends, offering to share your power strip, if you're in an airport or train, bus station, what have you, it's a nice way to make friends and break the ice and get a conversation started. Okay, number 2, traveling with liquids. I'm not talking about necessarily the kind that you put in the 311 bag, although this applies as well. How do you make sure your liquids don't leak all over the place without having to go through all the fuss of decanting it into a travel container? Well, I have 2 pieces of advice. The first is duct tape. So you could easily just take a piece of duct tape. Very often I will find like a small roll, like a travel size roll, and just keep it in my luggage and just tear it off and put it along the edge of where your liquid container actually meets up. So if it can't unscrew if it's duct taped together. That is a little bit of a pain when you get to your destination. You then have to unwrap it, save the tape for when it's time to come home, and then wrap it back up again. Another way that's a lot easier, snack baggies. Now these are kind of neat. I found these at CVS. These don't open across the top like a normal snack baggie opens this way. This snack baggie opens this way. So I just pop my toiletry in there like so, shut the bag. And now, if it leaks, at least it's only going to leak inside this little bag. So I think this is wonderful. Obviously, if you have larger sizes, use a bigger baggie, but snack baggies come in handy quite a bit. Speaking of baggies, my next tip. I like to pre-purchase my snacks for on the plane or traveling in the car, what have you. If you wait until you get to the airport or you wait till you hit the gas station, first of all, your choices are a lot more limited and the prices are really jacked up. So I'll go to my grocery store, I'll go to my local drugstore, I'll find exactly what I want. But then, like for instance, okay, my big weakness is jelly beans. When I travel, I usually buy a little bag of jelly beans or maybe a couple bags of jelly beans. I'm partial to the CVS brand, I'm just saying. But anyway, what I will do, because once you open it up, you can't reseal it, I will take like a quart size bag, preferably a freezer quart size bag. They're a little sturdier. And I will empty all of my jelly beans into one baggie, zip it tight. It's easier when you're traveling, you don't have to worry about that bag than opening up in your purse or your luggage or what have you. And if you're like me and you finish the snack of choice en route, then you have a nice extra baggie for whatever, you will find a reason to use it. Maybe it's a wet swimsuit that you can stuff in there. Maybe it's some dirty underwear, whatever. Maybe it's for snacks on the way back, but it's always great to have a few extra, I say Ziploc, but you know, in general, the zipper top bags. If that's not your thing, I know there are some bags on Amazon that are reusable that have gotten really good reviews. I personally haven't tried them, so I can't say for sure whether they're great or not, but those are also an option as well. Tip number 3. Hard-sided luggage. You do not have to be all trendy and go out and get the Away brand. I have one. It's awesome. But I also have a larger one from Target, the Swiss Gear brand. I have realized that hard-sided luggage is the way to go, especially if you are trying to condense as much stuff into one suitcase, because it opens like a clam. So instead of one big hole where you would throw all your stuff in a standard soft-sided suitcase, you actually have two very large compartments. You believe it or not, you can get pretty much twice as much stuff in a hard-sided piece of luggage. And what I really like is you can even sort within that to put like clothes and soft things on one side, maybe shoes, toiletries, and more hard objects on the other side. It's the only danger with the hard-sided luggage is that it's easy to overpack and go over that 50-pound limit. So just weigh it before you leave, like stand on your scale, weigh yourself, then weigh yourself holding it. Just so you know, give yourself a little wiggle room for stuff you might purchase while you're, on your trip. But hard-sided luggage, the way to go. Whether you want to spend a lot on some trendier pieces or go to Target, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, whatever, and get whatever you can get there. I'm definitely a convert to the hard-sided luggage trend. And my last tip is about how to fit everything like a puzzle into this hard-sided luggage. So we all know about the folding and the rolling technique and the packing cubes. 100% true. I've tried it both ways, with and without. Rolling, packing cubes, definitely the way to go. That's not my tip. My tip is in how you do your toiletries. So for so many years, I would stuff as much as I could into one of like a big toiletry bag like this. This is who is this from? Vera Bradley. I wanted to say Lily Pulitzer, but that's not it. And this is great. It's a nice, I have not one bad thing. It's a great bag. It's very handy. I will use it like on car trips occasionally, stuff like that. But a giant overstuffed toiletry bag like this is really hard to fit into your suitcase when you've already thrown in 8 million other things and you're trying to just get everything in. What I like to do is break it up into smaller bags. So look at the size here. So there is quite a bit of difference in size. So what I will do is sort by category. So maybe I'll just do my daily skincare, morning and night, and toothbrush and deodorant in one of these. And then I'll do like my hair care and more shower type stuff in one of these. And the reason I break it up, it's purely just, well, one, it's convenient. So sometimes there's 4 of us sharing one bathroom and maybe there's not a lot of space to store everything in the bathroom. So I'll just bring in what I need with me and get out. Or in the packing process, it's easier to wedge into smaller bags than to find a hole or a space for one giant bag. So just another packing tip to divvy up your toiletries into categories and put them in smaller bags makes packing a lot easier. So those are my 5 travel tips, travel hacks, some of which I think you've heard before, but I just wanted to reiterate them one more time now that travel season is upon us. I would love to hear more tips from you. I love this community of sharing. Definitely have some travel planned on my horizon. So I always love hearing back from you and getting great ideas from you. As always, thank you so much for watching. Can't wait to read your comments and tips, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.